Hey everyone, welcome to the Get Your Life Together Girl Mini Mindset Reset. I'm your host, Danielle Van. As a cognitive behavioral therapist, a life coach to women, and author, one thing has become abundantly clear. So much of what gets in our way in our daily lives is not only how we think, but what we think, our mindset. Because of that, every other week, I'm taking your requests and questions and handing over quick, easy to use, practical strategies and life tools to help you shift your thinking, create calm, help you understand and express your emotions, harness your inner power, and learn how to navigate your personal story in 15 minutes or less. After all, how else can you get your life together? So let's shift your perspective with the tools and conversations that help you in the throes of change. The Get Your Life Together Girl podcast mini mindset reset starts right now. Sometimes we all need gentle reminders. Reminders that tell us to feel differently than we are feeling at the moment. Reminders that there's nothing wrong with us, but there may be wrong situations that are occurring in our lives. That we ourselves are not broken, but the situation may be. Today's mindset reset is all about those gentle reminders that we failed to tell ourselves, that we failed to remember when life becomes overwhelming or hard, or in a time like right now where there's a holiday season and we are in the rush, the stress, the financial kind of undoing of all things. And these are reminders that will help us elevate our mindset and get into a space that we remember that there is something of great value in our lives. I received an email from a listener that asked to not be named, but she said, "There are days that I'm doing well and other days that I'm not. In the days that I am not doing well, I try to take your advice, Danielle, but sometimes that inner voice of mine still wins. I was wondering if there was something that you could kind of provide to me that will allow me to feel better in the days that I don't feel good at all." And of course, there are. First and foremost, we all have days like this. We all have times where we are doing okay and then the bottom drops out and we don't know what's wrong. Even I have those experiences. And so we begin to have these gentle reminders as the background music to our thoughts and our feelings and our actions, and reminding ourselves that there are some truths that we can lean into. So let's lean into those truths. The first one that I want to remind you of, especially right now during the holiday season, is that every human being that you come into contact with, everyone that you pass on the roads or in the streets, in the store, the people that you know and the people that you don't, have all come to this space looking for something, just like you have. They're here trying to figure out their purpose and to live happy lives and to be okay in their settings and surroundings and with the people that they love and the people that challenge them to the core. And if we forget that people are here and they're all trying to heal themselves and trying to do all these other things, we tend to forget the humanness of ourselves, of others. And so we have to remember that we can always choose grace and peace. Not everything needs a response. Not every human being will be the perfect human for you. Not everything that you do, think, and say will align with everyone that you come into contact with, whether you know them or not. And if you remember that, it's a gentle reminder to yourself that you can choose your response. There are two things that you will never be in control of other than within yourself. The first one is someone else's emotions. You're never going to be able to guide someone else's emotions into exactly what you want them to feel. It's not possible. You can create a situation, an environment in which they feel good, but it doesn't mean that they're going to connect to what you're doing, to what you're thinking, to what you're saying in the exact way that you hope that they would. The second one is their perception. Our perception is built on everything we experience. And so you're never going to be able to guide or craft somebody else's perception. because you can't craft their past experiences. So if you remember that every human is here to do their own thing, to find purpose and to live their lives, and that you can't control their perception or their emotions, it does allow you to walk in a very different path. It's a non-judgmental path. It's a path that is one of the most intimate connections. Speaking of being intimately connected, one of the biggest things, a gentle reminder, number 2, that is so important, especially when we're talking about being with people, family members, friends, coworkers even, that you may be having trouble communicating with, or that there's maybe some issue. Being understood, being seen, fosters a different kind of intimacy than anything there is, right? Touching someone could never foster the kind of intimacy that being understood, heard, and seen can do. The most profound kind of connection you're ever going to experience is when you feel seen clearly. So ask yourself, what can I do to help others feel seen? What can I do to make sure that I feel seen? How can I communicate? How can I show up? How can I be the gentle reminder that I can hold someone's hand in their own darkness and still be within mine? How can I show someone that there's a light within them as I shine the light in which I am? Understand that when you pour calm and ease into any experience, it allows the walls to come down and it allows you to have human connection that fosters being seen in such a beautiful way. Being seen is a rare gift, and it's one you should never take for granted. So lean into those people right now. When you don't feel your best, who makes you feel seen? Go there. Be in those places. The third gentle reminder is to surround yourself with those people. Surround yourself with people who are willing to do the work to heal. Surround yourself with the people who talk about their ideas rather than the other humans in the room. Surround yourself with people who love and respect themselves so that they know how to show up in the world. Surround yourself with the people who give attention and praise and validation. Surround yourself with people who are focused on their growth rather than their lack. The gentle reminder here is be willing to be with the people who are focused on the good. This is a great way to elevate when you don't feel your best. The next one is remember that people are made from their experiences, good and bad. You know, the kindest people in the world, they weren't born that way, right? We don't come into the world with this kindness button ready to, be pushed and executed throughout our lives. Kind people are made in the same way that negative people are made, harsh people are made. Our experiences give us our perceptions. Our experiences teach us our emotions. You want to look at the people who are the kindest and know those people know lessons in loss, in grief, in hard circumstances. They know what it's like to walk through hell and come out the other side. And so if you remember that there can be a level of compassion and tenderness. I know that your story must have been hard because you're working so hard to be the opposite of your story. Be willing to remember that the kindest people have seen some things, right? And maybe that's you. And when you lean into that feeling and that acknowledgement, know that they may need your hand too. That connectivity is available to you because they also want the same kind of support. This is the gentle reminder that all of us have a story. When was the last time you asked, "Hey, how you doing? Are things okay?" When was the last time that you allowed someone to ask you that question and you genuinely answered it without complaining, without, woe is me, the martyr, but instead saying, you know what, things are really hard right now and I'm doing my best, but I'm still navigating. That is so much easier to break through than, yeah, I'm good, everything's fine. Because if you tell me that or you tell someone else that, they may just brush over it. And real intimacy and connection cannot be found. Another gentle reminder, which really goes into that, is the truth is genuine connection is found in ease. We make relationships so hard. True connectivity is peace. That doesn't mean that our humanness doesn't get in the way and we mess it up, because of course we do, right? We always mess things up. But when you feel seen, when you feel respected, at the end of the day, when you surround yourself with people who love instead of exhaust, you know that ease is available to you. People and relationships should not create holes in your spirit. You should feel like there's a sense of brilliance, of beauty in the experiences that you have. It shouldn't be games. It shouldn't be begging for someone to care for you. It shouldn't be trying to get someone to see their potential. It should be ease. It should be a focus that allows you and the other people in your life to be at centered home within themselves. No matter what you do, you cannot live an experience for someone else, and they cannot do it for you. If you know that you are the one responsible for how you show up, how you feel, how you perceive, then lean into that trust. Know that I can feel okay because there's someone genuinely standing on the other side of this for me. The next piece to all of that, when you're having a hard day, is to remember your weakest moments are an opportunity for growth. That doesn't mean that we stuff everything down, we put on the brave face, and we act like whatever it is that we are moving through doesn't exist. It means that we sit in our feelings, that we experience them, that we let them wash over us, and we really look at the moment in the eye. We name what we're feeling. We don't try to outrun ourselves and our experience, but instead we lean in. When we're having a hard time, we tend to want to push it away, and the only way through, like I've said a million times, is through it. So go through it. Don't allow your hard moment to be in control, but instead know my weakest is the opportunity I have been waiting for. How will I show up? I'm not going to distract myself away, but instead I am going to lean in. Lean in. Know that you have the power to change whatever it is that you're experiencing. Lastly, the last gentle reminder, at least for today, because there are so many, but it goes back to the saying you've heard me say so often if you listen here regularly. And it's Dr. Wayne Dyer saying, be open to everything, closed to nothing. Stay open to the world. Be willing to be in your experiences, your feelings, your humanness, the ugliness, and the beauty. Grow intentionally by being open. When you are present, so much is there. Change your mindset, shift it. Let the reset happen right now and know that it's called present for a reason. It's a gift. It's what is. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow hasn't happened. It's now. It's a present, a gift to you. It's okay to feel vulnerable because it means there's a risk. There's a risk to love, to feel, to be. And in every risk that you take, guess what? There is a reward. It's where strength and resiliency and connectivity exist. It's where safety and trust are born and lived through. You have the power to connect right where you are. And when you do, it changes everything. When you are having a hard time, a hard day, a challenge that feels bigger than you, instead of running from it, gently remind yourself that this moment is yours to do something with it. Thank you so much for writing in. I hope that you know that you do have the extraordinary power to gently remind yourself to just be, to just do, and to know that whatever has found you is for you. Thank you so much for listening to the Get Your Life Together Girl mini mindset reset. If you have a subject or strategy request, email us at getyourlifetogethergirl@gmail.com. Or you can visit our website at getyourlifetogethergirl.com. If you're looking for daily inspiration or tips and tools, join the growing community at Get Your Life Together Girl on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Thank you for being a valuable member of this community. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others.